I used to believe that if I just worked hard, I could achieve great things. But life isn't that simple. I started with nothing but my bare hands and a naive belief that effort was enough to earn success. When I was 30, I opened a small woodworking shop. I wasn't good at design, nor did I understand the market. But I believed that if I poured my heart into every plank of wood, every carved line, people would feel it. I worked from early morning until late at night without a single day off, without a single complaint. But the customers still didn't come. I made plenty of products, but the orders were few. I realized that in this world, just doing good work isn't always enough. I used to mock those who only focused on presentation, those who only cared about appearances and flashy advertising. I thought they were fake, that true value had to come from real quality. But then I looked at my own workshop, full of sawdust, dirty, dimly lit, with products that were good but looked dull. No one ever stopped to take a second look. One day, a young student stopped by. He looked around and said, "Sir, your work is truly beautiful, but displayed like this, how would anyone know?" I laughed and replied, "If everything has to be shown off to be called beautiful, then aren't people just living to show off?" He just smiled. "Not at all, sir. Some good things need to be seen, so people know to appreciate them." His words felt like a gentle slap in the face. That night, I sat in the workshop until late, looking at the pieces I had made, meticulous, sturdy, and durable, all lying silently in the dark. I suddenly realized that perhaps I wasn't wrong to make good things, but I was wrong to think that good was enough to be seen. I started to change. I repainted the workshop, hung a new sign, learned to photograph my products, built a website, and hired someone to write a few descriptions. I even installed a warm, yellow spotlight to shine down on each piece, making it stand out. On the day I reopened, a customer walked in, looked around, and said, "This looks very professional. Your work must be quite good, eh?" I just smiled and replied softly, "It is good, yes, but more importantly, it looks the part, doesn't it?" The customer laughed and immediately bought two pieces. From then on, business got better. Not because I had changed the quality of the product, but because I had changed the way people saw its value. Sometimes I'd sit alone in the workshop, watching the light hit the wood, and I'd tell myself, if you can't make something perfect, at least make it look good. Not to deceive anyone, but to ensure your hard work isn't forgotten. Many years later, now in my 50s, I finally understood that life is like woodworking. No one is born perfectly formed. We must learn to sand ourselves, to polish ourselves, not to show off, but to be bright enough that others want to stop, to listen, and to understand. Today, my workshop isn't large, it's not glamorous, but its lights are always on. When young people come to learn the trade, I often tell them, don't be afraid of presentation. Presentation is only blameworthy when it's empty on the inside. But if what's inside is good, you must let it be seen. An apprentice once asked me, "So, do you have any regrets for taking so many years just to realize that?" I was silent for a long time, then answered, "No. Every stage of life is a coat of paint. There's the primer, the color, the gloss. The final beauty is a combination of them all, including the scratches and including the failures." I lifted my cup of cold coffee, watching the faint light reflect on the wooden table. Everything around me was simple, old, but warm. I smiled and said slowly to myself, if you can't make the best thing, at least make it look worthy of your effort. Because sometimes people need to see the light before they can find their way to you. And then I turned on one more lamp. That light, though not perfect, made the whole room feel warmer than it ever had before.